Ever wondered what happens when a feel-good blockbuster becomes a courtroom thriller? The red carpet is rolled out for It Ends With Us, an adaptation of the beloved novel by Colleen Hoover. Inside the glitz and glam, the cameras are rolling, and behind the scenes, the drama is spilling over into legal depositions, allegations of harassment, counter-lawsuits, and more. Leading the cast, Lively and Justin Baldoni suddenly find themselves not just acting in a film, but starring in real-life courtroom scenes. And yes, co-star Jenny Slate and author Colleen Hoover are right in the thick of it, sitting down for depositions too. What began as a story about love, trauma, and resilience is now a saga of power, control, and high-stakes litigation. Intrigued? Let's dive into the twisty tale. And please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The film It Ends With Us brought together familiar names: Blake Lively as Lily Bloom, Justin Baldoni directing and playing the male lead, and Jenny Slate in a supporting role. From the outside, it seemed like a Hollywood win-win, a best-selling novel, star power, and a built-in audience. But behind the scenes, something shifted. In December 2024, Lively filed a formal complaint alleging that Baldoni created a hostile work environment, including sexual harassment and retaliation. At the same time, Baldoni responded with his own lawsuits, $400 million against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and others for defamation and extortion. Why does this matter? Because something meant to help raise awareness about domestic violence and resilience ended up raising serious questions about on-set conduct, power dynamics, and accountability. Curious how depositions revealed the fault lines? Keep watching. You haven't clicked on the subscribe button yet? Please do so for more updates. When legal filings start including names like Jenny Slate and Colleen Hoover, you know this is no Hollywood fluff piece. Both Slate and Hoover were deposed in the ongoing case. According to reports, Slate and young co-star Isabella Ferrer testified during the summer. Hoover sat for a deposition more recently. Baldoni's ex-agent, Danny Greenberg, described Lively's behavior during production as extortion-like, though not criminal extortion, in his deposition. Imagine a scenario where the star feels unsafe, then the director claims the star tried to take over the movie. Cue the subpoenas, depositions, redacted transcripts, and public relations warfare. What's really going on behind those closed-door sessions? They're not just about who said what when, they're about power, trust, boundaries, and who gets to control a narrative. Stay with me. Next, we dig into the core allegations and counterclaims. Here's the gist of the claims, as publicly reported. Lively's claims that Baldoni created a hostile work environment, including instances of unwanted touching, entering her trailer when she was undressed or breastfeeding, improvised sexual scenes, and discussion of his past porn addiction. That after she voiced concerns, a campaign of retaliation and smear was launched against her by the production side. For instance, in her deposition she stated, "It doesn't feel like it's ended." When asked if the smear campaign was still ongoing, "It feels that way, yeah." Baldoni's counterclaims that Lively and her team attempted to hijack control of the film, demanding rewrites, budget changes, including claims that $430,000 was spent on wardrobe, and threatening not to promote or appear as required. That what Lively calls harassment was, in his view, mischaracterized behavior. That his own legal filings claim the story pushed by media was a manufactured smear. So, what does this mean for us? It means that in any workplace, even on a set with A-list talent, boundaries, communication, and trust matter. And when they collapse, the fallout can be massive. Why should the average reader care about a Hollywood lawsuit? Because it's a lens into how power works, how one voice can feel marginalized, and how others can feel threatened when someone raises it. Here are some actionable takeaways we can all apply. Boundaries matter. If you find yourself in a workplace or project where you feel unsafe, ignored, or coerced, you have the right to speak up. Witnesses and allies count. When juniors, co-stars, or colleagues testify or depositions happen, it underscores how it didn't happen in a vacuum. Support matters. Power doesn't erase responsibility. Even if you're the star or director, you're still part of a team and still subject to norms. Curious how this will play out? We're far from the end. The trial is scheduled for March 2026. Let's check in on what the immediate legal decisions have been so far. Here's a timeline of key legal developments. Discovery closed on October 10th, 2025. Next hearing set for December 16th, 2025. Trial scheduled for March 2026. What's the suspense here? Well, the final trial will determine whether Lively's claims hold up and whether Baldoni's production team bears liability, or whether he can bring revised claims. There may also be broader implications for Hollywood sets, harassment policies, and celebrity accountability. Let's not forget the other names, Jenny Slate and Colleen Hoover. Their role in this saga provides further food for thought. Jenny Slate, as a co-star, she sat for deposition and is now part of the legal record. It underscores that when you're part of a project, even supporting cast can get pulled into major legal minefields. Colleen Hoover, the author of the original novel. She too was deposed and even removed references to Lively and Baldoni from her Instagram profile, a symbolic move suggesting she may be hedging her association amid the controversy. Whether you're in a film set or a regular office, some lessons ring true. If something feels off, harassment, unwanted behavior, help from above that feels controlling, speaking up at an early stage can avoid escalation. It doesn't guarantee a perfect outcome, but silence rarely helps. Build community and support. Having witnesses, trusted colleagues, HR, or union backing matters. In the Lively Baldoni case, deposits and witness testimony are playing major roles. You'll want support, too. Know your contract, know your rights. Whether you've signed a film deal or a job offer, know what you're agreeing to and what happens if you feel the terms aren't honored. In this case, rewrites, wardrobe budgets, and control over promotion all became legal flashpoints. In the case of It Ends With Us, the irony is thick. A story about breaking the cycles of abuse ends up reflecting one in real time. The movie intends to empower survivors, but the production now stands accused of its own power failings. Have you ever been in a situation where speaking up felt risky? And what did you do? Do you believe high-profile industries like film should have stricter rules around boundaries and accountability? What responsibility do creators, actors, directors, authors have for the culture they build behind the scenes? Drop a comment, share your story, or tag someone who should read this. And if you found this article eye-opening, go ahead and share it.